Hello folks, welcome back to Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. I'm Landric and this is Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we got about halfway, or at least I'm hoping about halfway, through the Sun quest. We clawed our way through the sewers and the prisons, and we have emerged in the courtyard of the palace on our way to slay the Emperor. So I guess without further ado, let's keep at it. Alright, well I guess this is the only way we can go, so let's go this way. Ooh. Aha! So we have a lot of empty courtyards. It's not going to be as easy as it seems to be, is it? Malacalypse leans in close to you. If this suicide mission has any hope of succeeding, we're going to need something from the Emperor's private collection. Estrella interrupts. It's a sword, an ancient relic from before this land was won. My sources tell me it's here. What's wrong with what we've got? Ariadne says, motioning to a weapon. There ain't nothing in this land that can withstand my hammer. Kolbjorn nods solemnly. The Emperor's evil warps and protects him. We cannot hope to stab the devil in the heart with a butter knife. Okay. Ooh. Malacalypse says, don't these relics sound like the ones we rescued for the Imperials? Haha, it's those again. Alright, excellent. So here's our token suddenly coming into play. So cross the courtyard, retrieve the sword. I'm assuming gold for retrieving the sword, silver for crossing the courtyard. Estrella peers around the corner. This place is teeming with guards. We can't risk open fighting in this part of the palace. We'd be surrounded before we got anywhere near the Emperor. Okay. See, of course it wasn't going to be that simple. If we sneak up on patrolling guards, we can take them out without a fight, but we must avoid being discovered. Okay. So the first thing we're going to have to do is walk onto this guard and this card. So I guess we will see what happens. I'm hoping it'll be a gambit, given that we've stacked our deck with things that will help us with gambits. If it's we have to do combat within a certain amount of time, that could pose to be trickier. These relics, if they are the relics from the previous, some of the previous quests, then I have a horrible feeling we're about to be horribly cursed as well. But let's dive right in. Look, some guards. You catch a guard sleeping and slip past unnoticed. Oh, okay. That was easy. Is it going to be the case that once we pick this up, we're not going to be able to sneak past the guards? I'm gonna see if I can pop this guard just to see what happens. Because if he vanishes off the map, we kind of want to clear those all off before we get the relics. But on the other hand, maybe we need the... yeah, we'll find out. Okay, so far that seems to be a winning strategy, so I am going to avoid picking this up just in case. So we'll go here. Ah, Toshers. A noxious smell alerts you to an oncoming group of Toshers, led by a short, stumpy woman with an eye patch. Eye Patch Eve, they call her, and although they dress in greasy drabs, her fingers are adorned with exquisite rings and their pockets are deep with gold. Look at this princess. I bet they've never done a day's dirty work. What do you say? Fancy eking out a bit of coin? Oh, we're going back into the sewers, it looks like. Tides are coming. Better get in there quick, princess, says Eye Patch Eve as one of her consorts lifts a lid off a manhole. As you and the Toshers come splashing down and your boots soak up the muck, you feel something clank at the bottom of the putrid subterranean river. Okie dokie. A little bit of gold. Can we get it?
Back
Yes, we
to
can.
the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
You fish out the trinket, doubtful that it's worth such torment. Oh, really? We don't get to... I thought there was more to that card. Oh well. We get a little bit of gold. We technically top up our health a little bit. Not too bad. Interesting, there's two guards here. Are we going to pop them both at once, or is that going to cause problems? Let's find out. Aha, okay, so they do respawn. Ah. Oh, damn. So is it a case that the first set of guards you can slip past all of them, but once they respawn then you start having to do gambits and whatnot?
I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate that this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
Okay, so if that is the case, then I may have just royally screwed us, and my tactic that I thought was so smart was not so smart after all. Okay. Well... No. Oh. So it's a failure, but... I think if we press continue... Yes, we have a magic ring that lets us nudge this. So it was a success after all. Well done, us.
Let's see what you do with that, given your position.
Alright, so we are going to go and grab these. Yeah, there we go. So we get some plate mail and a curse. Gremlins. Lose equipment whenever you gain... Oh, that's bad, because we're going to gain, I assume, at least another 3 curses. Which means we're gonna lose 3 pieces of equipment unless we can get rid of that. And it's our equipment that's meaning we can sneak past the guards. Ooh, interesting. Got a cursed hell, so we get a new curse. Brittle bones. The effects of all pain cards are applied twice until the next map, and then discard this. Okay, that's not the end of the world. Because we've got enough health that we can soak some of that. But, and it'll go away. The tricky thing is going to be... Okay, firstly, do I think you're going to go here or here? I think you're going to go here, so let's go this way and sort of double back around. But what equipment did we lose? Okay, we've still got all of our magic rings, that's good. So our sword, so what did we lose? We can't see our discard pile. Ah well. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay.
Patience. Do not move too quickly, for haste breeds only
too fast.
failure.
Never mind. Still haven't got that token yet. One day though. Alright, so you went here, so I assume you're going to go here next, so we'll try and sneak around this way. Ah no, you're coming back this way, okay. So we'll get Mal to create a diversion again. So we can duplicate a card. Let's duplicate a success, because obviously. And then the trick is going to be, if we can set it up so that it goes success, fail, success, fail, success, fail, we are guaranteed to win, because we can always nudge it one to the left or right. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that though, so let's just remove a huge failure. And hopefully that should be good enough, and then we can aim for this one, and then we'll be able to just nudge it a little bit. Alright, and... didn't even need to nudge it. Perfectly done. Alright, a success. Hooray for us. So let's go back up here, we'll sneak around, we'll get this one, and then we'll pop down here as well. Okay, guards coming back. As long as they don't follow us around here, we should be okay. Aha, the duel. While carousing at an Imperial tavern, you suggest that the Emperor's forehead is overly wide. The laughter is cut short by the sound of a tankard breaking on the floor. A familiar soldier approaches. He clutches his shiny new captain's helmet in one hand, knuckles white with outrage. The Empire has no place for honourless sellswords, he says loudly, sizing you up with contempt. Coin slaves like you are little more than undisciplined thugs. Nobody cares for your outrageous claims of heroism. I know of this mercenary trader at the back of the tavern pipes up. They say he defeated the magical shaman of a northerner tribe. Irrelevant, the soldier says, turning back to you. Wow, we got 48 fame, that is a lot. Alright, so I think if we can beat him without losing any health, then hopefully we'll earn that shard of a token, which in and of itself, doesn't do anything, but if we combine it with some others, we'll get a little bit of extra card rewards, and it means that should we fail this, not that I'm expecting that we fail this, then we get some more interesting things the next time around. Captain Cassius, very drunk. Good, good to know. Alright, let's see what we can do. Okay, already not managed to do it without losing any health. Down. Lost 5 health and 1 gold from that because of an existing curse. Because I wasn't quite quick enough with the block. Ow. That one I'm blaming on the animation being a bit slow. He did a big wind up to just break the last piece of his armour and then got shot in the face. Ah well. Next time, we'll leave this card in. Did we defeat him or did we just run out of time? Oh right, yeah, I suppose it's not a duel to the death, so he's still technically alive. Oh, we get some extra fame. We technically lose some gold because we got hit twice, but such is life. Estrella leads you to the archives and whispers, after the blade was stolen, they moved it down here. Such overconfidence, Malacalypse says, searching for the sword. So many fiendish ways that they could have hidden it, yet it sits here among the dusty scripts and moth-eaten relics. It's almost as if they didn't expect a 5-person suicide mission to break in through the sewers and attempt an assassination on the Emperor himself. This is a fine blade, Colbjorn mutters, drawing the sword from a crate. Ragnar's cursed blade. Again, I didn't see what we lost when we drew that. 1 random enemy in every combat inflicts double damage. Not too bad. So there's the doors. So, what did we lose? Did we? Gremlins, lose equipment. It does say we should lose equipment. Lose equipment whenever you gain a curse. Maybe it doesn't count for these particular curses, but that doesn't sound right. It looks like we've still got all of our equipment. Anyway, I'm not going to question it too much. Let's continue. So you're going to go down there. Now, oh wait, hang on. Yeah, you're going to move back this way, aren't you? Alright, Mal, don't let me down again. We'll duplicate this. We will remove this, and the wheel starts spinning. Alright, here goes nothing. Woohoo! Very nearly a huge failure. But if we just nudge it to the right, suddenly it becomes a success. Well done, us. I'm very happy we've got that ring in our deck. Malacalypse conjures yet another explosion of light and confetti, and we slip by unnoticed. Ooh, a chest. We already have a key, so let's open it. Oh, it's a mimic.
At least one of the secrets.
I was wondering in the last episode whether this would turn out to be a mimic, and I thought, oh no, that's probably just being paranoid. But here we are. While you fuss with the lock, an eye blinks open on the chest. The lid yawns wide, revealing rows and rows of razor-sharp teeth. The gaping maw latches onto Malacalypse, who yelps in anguish. You wrestle them free, but not before they receive a nasty bite wound. Alright, so he's out of action, unfortunately. Luckily for us, it looks like we're just going to go here and then down there, so I think I'm going to get another companion to help me out. So these only tick down when they're active, which is a bit of a pain. Colbjorn is the closest to, well, other than Ariadne obviously, but Colbjorn's the closest to resetting. It might be worth it just so that we've got a... I was going to say, we don't really need him with us. We have so many rings that help us with dice gambits, we don't need his special ability. But I'm wondering if in the final confrontation, the more companions we have up, the better. So I think I am going to pick him, just because he'll relatively quickly reset. And then maybe we'll swap to Ariadne, because she will help us with card gambits, I think. We got anything for trade? We've got 180 gold. Ah yes, the peeler. Well, if we lose a weapon, maybe we'll buy that. Otherwise, I think we're okay. Cool, another horribly cursed ring. Undisciplined. Every individual enemy inflicts 200% damage the first time they hit anyone in combat, so we kind of want a big tanky companion around to take that first hit rather than us. But we do have 4 of 4 relics and a sword. Well done us. Ah, seemingly that didn't reset Colbjorn, that's a shame.
And so the final door between you and the Emperor is before you.
Yeah, I get the feeling it can't possibly be this easy, so let's go through and see what there is to see.
What surprises still lie before you?
With all your might, you force the oversized metal doors apart. Air hisses into the room as you crack the stubborn seal. The chamber that awaits is vast, its outer reaches lost in the cold and gloom. You remind yourself that not long so ago, interesting, you stood in this room as the Empire's agent. Now you intend its execution. Malacalypse strides forward purposefully, exclaiming, "Is this it? I was expecting a welcome party of 100 armed guards. I've been working on a spell that would have blown them into 1,000 pieces. Or 1,000 frogs, who can remember?" Colbjorn kneels and examines the ground, swiping his finger along the dusty floor. This is no throne room, this is a tomb. Estrella strides into the room. "It is time to make amends," she says through gritted teeth. You catch Ariadne admiring the metalwork of the doors. "Sorry," she says, shifting her hammer from hand to hand. "Once a blacksmith, always a blacksmith." From the darkness, you hear a throat cleared with calculated intent, and the group snaps to attention. Approaching the Emperor, the foot of the throne, the final blow. Okay. We've got plenty of food to make this journey. I hope that will be enough. You enter the chamber in search of the noise's source. It has been so long since I last entertained guests. The voice of the Emperor has the cadence of a closing coffin. I feel obliged to tell you, many assassins have attempted what you are undertaking, and as my presence attests, none have prevailed. My body may lack the vigour of its youth, but that matters little. My guards will dispense with the lot of you. Ariadne squints at the throne. It's awfully dark in here. Have you tried lighting some lanterns? It would really brighten up the place. In the pitch black, you hear a ruffling as the Emperor strains to look for his royal guard. You press on into the chamber and spy the Emperor perched atop his throne. His frail body is clad in armour spoiled with faded majesty. While entertaining, your hubris has become tiresome. The geniality has left the Emperor's voice. His pale face rests lopsided on his shoulder, as if he lacks the strength to lift it. "I am Emperor Alec, fourth of my line and sovereign protector of the realm." Oh, so not, what was his name? Karis. Among Corsa Company, I am Alec the Bloody, Scale Breaker, and Mage Scourge. After all that, you believe you could kill me? A petty mercenary leading a broken mage, a disavowed barbarian, a treacherous officer, and a blacksmith? The Emperor scoffs.
A death that sets in motion every moment to come. A death that leads you inevitably here.
The Emperor's throne sits atop a massive marble dais. Your target waits patiently 5 steps away. Malacalypse climbs the first step, and the rest of the party follow suit. Of course, your excellency will have protected oneself from mortal threats such as blades. Colbjorn flings one of his blades at the Emperor. Sharp and keening, it slices through the air and bounces off his armour with a sizzle that suggests magical protection. Malacalypse climbs the next step, and from gunfire. Estrella raises her pistol and fires at the Emperor's heart. He flinches, but remains unharmed. And of course, the petty tricks of a mage such as I, Malacalypse takes the third step and unleashes a volley of magic missiles. The sorcerous bolts fizzle and dissipate against the Emperor, who heaves a deep, tired sigh. Enough of your nuisance. Malacalypse raises a finger to interrupt, stepping ever closer. Of course, any blade powerful enough to wound you, you would have found and locked away, hidden and safe. In fact, you'd have kept it right here in the palace, would you not? To ensure no one could ever study it or understand its true power. If it was ever stolen by thieves, you'd have hired armies of mercenaries to scour the lands for its return, surely. The party reaches the top of the stairs and approaches the throne. Ariadne draws the sacred sword, and the Emperor's eyes grow wide with fear. The old man searches desperately for an escape as you and your 4 companions gather around him. Malacalypse presses the tip of the sword to the Emperor's heart. For the people you hunted like animals. Kolbjorn joins his hand on the blade. For the families torn apart. Estrella grasps the pommel. For the good people you corrupted. Ariadne's large fist encompasses the blade's grip. For the devastation you rained upon the helpless. As one, you thrust the blade at the Emperor's heart. The extra relics you gathered have increased the blade's power, gain 2 bonus dice. What? Excuse me? So the target is 50. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. So we have to roll a 10 on every single dice. Dice that, I'm not sure I need to remind you, only have 6 sides. So what's the gimmick here? I guess we roll, fail to meet the target, fight some enemies, the target is lowered, rinse and repeat? Well, let's just roll it and see what happens. And we do have a magic ring. Let's reroll you and you. I can't reach you. Oh, we got 21. 23! That's suddenly and surprisingly not quite enough. Dark energies from the Emperor's arcane shield course 3. The dealer reduces the target by 23. Okay, so no combat. We just lose some life. But I guess if it reduces the target by however much we manage to roll, then the higher we roll, the quicker the target falls, the less health we lose. If we'd come into this final encounter in a worse position, like without all of the relics, or without a magic ring, or without 115 health, this could be quite tricky. As it is, I'm not that worried about it. There we go, 24. So if that lowers the target by 24, next time we have to roll 3. You grit your teeth and purple sparks fly from the sword's tip as you pierce the Emperor's protection. Yep, there we go, another 5 life. But hey, now we have to roll 3 on 5 dice. I'm feeling much more confident about that. Oh, would you look at that? 20.
Victory. You are learning.
Sparks fly as the blade pierces the Emperor's magical barrier and plunges into his chest. A burst of white light temporarily blinds you. Horrible screaming echoes around the throne room, and then it is all over. The white light fades. The noise and pyrotechnics have alerted the guards to your presence. They gasp at the sight of their Emperor's limp corpse, a sword buried deep in his sunken chest. The Emperor! A knight shouts behind him. Toll the bell, they have killed the Emperor. Okay. So we've got to defeat 4 steel knights, but we do have, from the looks of it, 4 companions helping us. Not to mention a lot of shiny swords. So we should be okay. Fingers crossed. Oh look, there's the Emperor! And there's the magical sword. A wall of steel to protect the Emperor. Well, it didn't do a good job.
I kill emperors. You don't scare me.
Okay, let's focus on you, I suppose. Wow, there. Yeah, with all of our companions and relics and magic and things like that, particularly if Mal can give us a shield, I'm not too worried. I think focusing on a single target is going to be a little bit difficult given how messy this is. Oop, there we go. Oop, Mal's down. Let's get him back up and get that shield, because that should prove quite useful. Oh, come on, we dodged out of the way of that. Come back here, where are you? Alright. 2 more have lost their, or 1 more has lost their armor, at least. There we go. Just flailing around madly there. Alright, 1 bites the dust. All of our companions are a little bit worse for wear though. Come on, come back here. has not been the cleanest fight we have been in, but we seem to be doing okay. You can just all gang up on you. Lovely. And then everyone on this one guy left. Just get him stuck in a corner, just keep hitting him. Whoop. Let us avoid that. There we go. Royal Guard defeated. Easy peasy, right? No problemo. Not for us, not for our companions. It still feels a bit too easy for a final battle. I'm sure there's going to be something pulled out of the ether. Oh, there we go. With the Emperor dead, you are expected to feel triumphant, yet you feel nothing but dread. You see the same realization dawning on your companions' faces. Nothing will change. The voice of the Hermit rings forth once more. These cards were played before your arrival, your fate determined well in advance. Yet soon you will reach a place beyond even my ken. Find the dealer, learn his game, and you may yet change the course of this land. Now run. Okay, I guess we run.
So the Emperor lies dead, but what now changes? The game is still afoot, and time ticks on unceasing.
So for defeating the Emperor we get a brilliant blade, and the King's Crown. And a soul gem. Town of Corruption, interesting. And the golden token itself. For gaining the strength of all 4 relics, we get the Knight's Helm. Okay, so that seemed like a bit of an anticlimax, and I guess all that means is we haven't reached the final climax yet.
So your story winds to a close. The serpent meets his own tail, and we will soon come face to face with the usurper. Are you prepared? It almost matters not now.
Oh, interesting. So I assumed that killing the Emperor would be the big climactic final, and then perhaps a final boss fight or something in the Judgment. But no, we've got the Judgment to do, and then at least one more quest. Okay, perhaps I hyped it up a little bit too early. But in any case, thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me for the next episode to meet our Judgment. I've been Landric, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.